Hey guys, it's Mrs. Oppersteny. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use Zoom video conferencing with your teacher and your class so that we can do lessons together during our distance learning time. So what you see right here, I'm actually in a Zoom call. You can see that there's a bar with options down at the bottom. We're going to talk more about those in a second. But before we talk about those, I want to show you how to join a Zoom call. So there's a couple different ways that you can do it. The first way that you can join a Zoom call is if you are on a desktop computer. So on a desktop computer, you're going to go to the website zoom.us. It's going to look like this. And on this website, up at the top, you can see where it says join a meeting. You're going to click on join a meeting and your teacher will give you a code for your meeting and you're going to put that code in here. It's going to be a 9-digit number. I can't join the meeting on my desktop because I'm already in a meeting on my desktop computer. So I'm going to show you what happens when you join a meeting on your phone. So to join a meeting on your phone, you're going to go to the Play Store or go to the App Store, whatever kind of phone you have, and you're going to download an app called Zoom Cloud Meetings. I know it's backwards because it's recording my phone, but that's what the app looks like. And you're going to go ahead and open the app. When you open the app, you're going to see something like this, and it's going to say join a meeting with a blue button. You'll click on that, and it's going to ask you for a meeting ID up at the top. The meeting ID is going to be that 9-digit number that your teacher gives you. Then underneath the meeting ID, you'll see it says join with a personal link name. You want to put your name in that box. If you don't put your name in that box, it's just going to say, like mine would say Galaxy Note 9 because that's the kind of phone that I have. And the reason we want to put our name is if for some reason your video isn't working or you turn your video off, your teacher's still going to be able to see your name on the screen so that if you're talking, the teacher knows who it is that's talking. If you don't put your name there, we don't know who you are. We just know that what kind of phone you have. So I'm going to use Mrs. Oppersteny's phone. And you have options, don't connect to audio, turn off my video. I'm actually going to turn the video on. I'm not going to connect to the audio on my phone because it will make an echo with my microphone from my desktop computer. But if you want to be able to talk in the chat, you're also going to turn on the option to connect your audio. So once I've done that, it asks me for a meeting password. Your teacher should give you a meeting password, and you're going to type that password in here. Once you type that password in and you click OK, it's going to have you do a video preview. And what the video preview does is it tests your camera and stuff and it asks if you want to join with video or join without video. I'm going to go ahead and join with video so that you can see what it's going to look like. So this is the one on the right. This is my desktop computer view, and this is the Mrs. Oppersteny's cell phone view. So you can see that there's two people in this chat now. You have an option, if you're on the desktop view, one of the things that you can do down next to where it says stop video, you can actually click here on the little arrow and click choose virtual background. And you can choose a background to put behind you. So let's say your room is messy and you don't want people to see all of your mess. You can actually choose one of these backgrounds and it will put the background behind you. You can see though, if I'm holding my phone up, it kind of blocks my phone out. So if you're holding something up, you need to hold it up in front of your face. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the video on my phone for now. So when I'm looking at Zoom, I have several different options on the desktop view. I can come in here. If my teacher asks me, give me a thumbs up if you understand. There's a button down here that says reactions. I can click on reactions and I can give a thumbs up. And that thumbs up is going to pop up on the corner of my screen and my teacher and all the other students in the class are going to be able to see it. You can also clap if someone's doing a good job. There's also a chat function. The chat function is great if maybe you have to mute your microphone because your brother's being really loud in the background or because your mom's watching TV. You can type a message in the chat and you can send it to everyone. When you type that message in the chat, it's also going to pop up down here for whoever is watching on their phone. So the people using mobile devices, you will also be able to see the messages in the chat. Another option that you have is if your teacher asks you to share your screen and use a whiteboard. So if your teacher asks you to share a whiteboard or share your screen, you can click down here on share screen. There's going to be an option for whiteboard, so you'll click on that and click share. It's going to open up a whiteboard that you can write on, and over here on the right side you will see the people who are in the chat. You will see their videos. So I can come in here and I can draw with a pen. Say my teacher wants me to do 24 divided by 6. I can come in here and I can write it, and everybody can see what it is that I'm writing and what I'm doing. You can also, if you need to erase, use the eraser. There's an undo button if you need to undo. And if you want to clear your drawings, you can click clear my drawings. So if I'm using a whiteboard and I'm sharing my screen, I can come in here and I can say, let's say 6 times 7. And I can say, okay, Johnny, can you answer that for us? Johnny can come here and he can look at his phone. I'm going to turn off my virtual background so you guys can see this better. Johnny can come in here and he can look at his phone, and on his phone he's going to see a whiteboard. There's a little pen down at the bottom, and you can actually click on the pen and you can change your color, and you could come in here and write. So I just wrote that on my phone, but you can see it on my desktop. So we can work on the whiteboard together. You can play around with these tools and you can test them out and try doing different things with them, but this is what it looks like. If you want to stop sharing your screen, you click stop share, and it's going to go back to the normal video call. If you are in a call with just one person, it's okay to leave your microphone on, but if you are in a call with 3, 4, 5 or more people, it's really important for you to mute your microphone when it's not your turn to talk. The reason is, if we don't mute our microphones, then everybody's going to hear all of our background noise. You're going to hear the dog, you're going to hear your brother screaming, you're going to hear the TV, you're going to hear mom doing the dishes. Whatever's going on in the background, we're all going to hear it, and it's going to make it hard for all of our students to hear the teacher and for the teacher to hear you when you have questions. So if you are not the person who's speaking, please make sure that you mute your microphone. The way that you mute your microphone on the desktop is down here. There's a little microphone at the bottom, and you're going to click on it and it'll say mute. There's a little red line through it, and you can see right here that I am muted. I have a little red microphone down at the bottom with a line through it. That means there's no sound coming through my microphone. The only reason that you can hear me talking right now is because I'm not actually recording the sound from the Zoom conference. I'm recording it from a microphone that's plugged into my computer, so it's different. But for you, if we were in a Zoom call together and you clicked on that, I wouldn't be able to hear you anymore. It's very important when you do have a question to remember to click it again to unmute yourself so that we can hear you again. Now I want to show you how to use some of the features on the cell phone version. So I'm going to turn this background off. And on the cell phone version, when I come in here and I look at the bottom, I have similar options. This is the option where I can mute my audio or join audio. That's where you will also mute your microphone. So right now mine doesn't have an option to mute the microphone because I haven't joined audio, because if I join audio on my cell phone, it's going to make a lot of echoes with my computer microphone and it's going to sound really weird. But just know that if you join audio, you'll see a button down here that is the mute button. It's going to be down here. Start video. So if I'm sitting here and I'm not recording anything with the video and I want to record video, I would click on start video and my video would start again, and you can see that my video has started again right here on my desktop computer. I'm going to turn that back off so I can show you some more options. Down here we have the share button, and you would click the share button and then share whiteboard if you wanted to do the whiteboard. And this is what it would look like on the desktop computer for anybody watching on a desktop. Over here, I see the whiteboard and that's it. I don't see the other people. But I can come here and I can draw a picture and everybody on the computer is going to be able to see it. If I want to stop sharing, all I have to do to stop sharing my whiteboard is press this X up here at the top. And then down here, I click stop share in the middle. and that stops sharing my whiteboard with everybody. If I want to give a thumbs up or something in my video, so that if the teacher says, you know, give me a thumbs up if you understand, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click on more. And there's a thumbs up button right here at the top, and I can click on that, and you'll see on my desktop computer right here, you will see that the Mrs. Opperstini's phone person just gave a thumbs up. There's also the chat here. If you click on participants, down at the very bottom on the right side, you will see a button that says chats. If you click on chats, you'll see the chat pop up. And so I can come in here and I can type hi and send it. And you can now see on my desktop, we got a notification from Mrs. Opperstini's phone. So that would say from your name, and it says my message. I can click here to open that back up so that I can see and I can respond to you. Down at the bottom, you'll see some other options. You can raise your hand, you can say yes, you can say no, you can ask your teacher to go slower, go faster. So if I say raise hand, you will see over here now that I have my hand raised. The teacher will be able to say, okay, Mrs. Opperstini's phone, what's your question? They'll be able to help you, and then they can click on lower hand to put your hand down because they've already helped you. The teacher will also be able to kick you out of the room if you're not following directions. So it's super important that you remember to follow directions. If you're choosing a background, choose a background that is school appropriate. Don't choose something that is inappropriate for school. And if you are like playing around in the chat or making silly faces, playing with toys when you're supposed to be listening, those kinds of things, your teacher can kick you out of the room because it is distracting to other students. So if you want to be able to participate in the Zoom meeting and you want to be able to learn and be successful, please make sure that you're following directions in the Zoom meeting. When you're ready to leave the call, if you're leaving before everybody else, if you look at the phone, up here, if the menu disappears, tap on the phone. Up here, there's a big red button that says leave. So you'll push that and it will have you leave the call. And you'll say leave meeting. So now you can see my phone left the meeting and it's just me. Your teacher also has the power to end the call. If I click down here at end meeting, and I can end the meeting for all, or I can just leave the meeting myself. That's up to me. So that's the basics of Zoom. If you need any help with anything, just let me know. I'm happy to help you. If you leave a comment in the comments down below, I will try and respond to you. If you're one of my students, you can message me on Schoology. Your parents can message me on Dojo. You can send me an email. Your parents can send me a text message. Whatever way is easiest for you. The best way to get in contact with me, though, is through Schoology or text message or Class Dojo. Hopefully this video helps you to understand Zoom a little bit better. All right, see you soon, guys. Bye.